Welcome everybody for United Dirt Sim Series and Pushing the Cushion. My name is Dave Ward. I will be bringing you all of the action here tonight for Monday Night Midgets here at Limaland. And as you can see out on the track right now, we have hot laps running. Bryce Lucius is out front, Braxton Wilson in second, Zach Janes third, Gage Stevens fourth, Lane Stevens fifth. Sixth is Sammy McNabb. So these guys getting down right now as we are finishing up hot laps here at Limaland. Nice little close-up right there with Braxton Wilson sitting in second. And he's going to go for a ride of his life there in a midget here at Limaland. Up against the outside wall, there's Shane Sheehan. And these guys are getting it right now with the 12.4 out front. We'll have to see as they go into qualifying and the track resets just a little bit how these guys are going to make their way around and what kind of times we're going to be looking at. So qualifying starting right now. And let's see, Billy Rowley right there. We don't get to see him join us very much. Billy Rowley from Elbows Up Sim Sport right there getting after it. And we will have to see what he can put in for a time here in the midget class for Monday Night Midgets here at Limaland. Looking pretty smooth right now, I have to say. As you can see, the times are starting to show up there on the left-hand side. Billy Rowley, fifth fastest right now, with a few others joining the board. Rowley kind of stepping back from United Dirt Sim Series. I think actually from quite a bit of iRacing. I haven't seen him on as much. And now he's going to jump back up to about fourth or fifth on the board, and he is trying to get it done here. Gage Stevens sitting in second. He just finished up his qualification. He is sitting second on the board, 0.05 of a second out from the top spot, with Logan Rumsey claiming the top qualifier position so far. Camden Johnston right there from Mecca Motorsports. He is trying to better his time there, sitting back in 15th. Craig Silby out there ripping it down in the 0-4. Craig Silby going to go up to the 6th position, so definitely did much better there on that lap. And most drivers, let's see, looks like Randy Shreves might still be out. Nope. Dalton Polite. Chris Jones. Yeah, it looks like pretty much everybody's off the track. Oh, Chris Jones is still there. We'll take a ride along with him for a few. Look at those speed shots right there. So Chris Jones sitting in 16th right now. Doesn't race midgets very often, but still trying to throw his hand out to see what he can do. Looks like Alex Hanna just started his qualification process, so let's take a ride along with him. We'll follow him and see how he does out here. Also another Sofa King Fast Sim Sports driver from Showtime Gaming right there in the number 97. After lap number 1, he's going to be 19th fastest. Let's see if he can do any better here on lap number 2. Looking pretty good. and going to stay 19th fastest. So going to have a little bit of work ahead of him here as we go along. It does look like we have 25 drivers tonight, so there could possibly be a B main if iRacing so chooses. And we'll have to keep an eye on that. So qualification finishing up here shortly, and they are doing the drivers meeting right now, getting all the drivers locked on for the expectations of the race and getting ready to rock and roll here in heat race number 1. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Also, our sponsors, Wow, they all popped up. Dirt Empire Magazine. You can make sure you check them out. DirtEmpireMagazine.com. Brand new publication. You can get a print version of their magazine that they have this year. Brand new publication here. They have both sim racing as well as in real life racing driver articles. So make sure you check them out. Pushing the Cushion Productions. Jessup Logistics. Fournier Motorsport, and Goyette Trucking. Last but not least, Redline Race Designs. Make sure you check them out for $5 off their March Madness sale right now. And heat race number 1 is taken to the grid. Starting on the pole position, in the number 13, it's going to be Eric Wilkie from Handmade Motorsports. Outside row number 1, in the number 33, it's going to be Lane Stevens. Inside row number 2 is going to be Bryce Lucius in the number 32. Outside of him is going to be Logan Rumsey in the number 41. John Fall and Chris Jones will take up row number 3. Row number 4 will be Sean Sheehan and Alex Hanna. And rounding out the field will be Dalton Politi? We're going to go with Politi. If I'm mispronouncing it, I do apologize. And hopefully we can get that squared away for next time. Here we go. So, Lane Stevens and Eric Wilkie up there on the front. And we are going to get ready to rock and roll here in heat race number 1. Three go from each heat race into the main event. And we are green flag racing here at Limaland in the Monday Night Midgets. Look at that. Eric Wilkie taking off like a shot out of a cannon from that start. And he already has about 3 car lengths over second place. Now Bryce Lucius trying to reel him in just a little bit. Lucius there in the 32 machine and Logan Rumsey in the 41. Looks like Lane Stevens and John Fall running in that 4th and 5th position respectively at the moment. They are trying to make their way up to get into those transfer positions, but it's still Eric Wilkie out front. Now Lucius and Rumsey reeling him in. Let's see if he can hang on to it as we are halfway home. Lucius with a nice bottom side slider there. He is definitely staying clean and trying to reel in the leader. Wilkie carrying a little bit more momentum, setting the pace of the race right now. You can see his arms moving in that car. He is getting after it, trying to hold off the rest of the field for this heat race number 1 win. Lane Stevens sitting just outside the transfer position. He is trying to reel in the leaders. See if he can get one of those easy golden tickets straight into the A main. So far, not going to happen. Now, Wilkie and Bryce Lucius battling right there. Doesn't look like Wilkie's putting up too much of a fight. He's trying to keep that momentum as Rumsey's now working on the inside. Wilkie outside with the momentum on the last lap. Here we go. And coming around, we're going to see it as they come out of turn number 4. Oh! Lucius gets into Rumsey. And Eric Wilkie going to battle back for the win. So it's going to be Wilkie, Lucius, and Stevens going to take home the transfer positions. Alex Hanna, Chris Jones just outside. Sheehan, Politi, Rumsey, and Fall rounding out the field. That's going to do it for heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 going to take to the grid here in just a moment. Starting on the pole position in the number 37 is going to be Tony McGill. Outside row number 1 in the number 79 from Elbows Up Sim Sport, it is Billy Rowley. Inside row number 2 in the number 14X right there, it's going to be Braxton Wilson. Outside of him in row number 2 is going to be Gage Stevens in the number 5. Row number 3 on the inside in the number 92, it's going to be Peyton Grease. And not Gage Stevens, Camden Johnston from Mecca Motorsports. Right there in the number 57. Randy Shreves and your Pro Late Model winner starting in the back from Momentum Sim Sports is going to be Clayton Tilley. We are going to get ready to go. Green Flag Racing with McGill and Rowley leading the way to the start of this race. And we are green flag racing right now. Billy Rowley, whoa! He missed his mark gigantic there. He went completely sideways, went from outside front row to the 8th position, and now is going to have to battle his way back up. McGill trying to hold on to the lead right there in the number 37 with Braxton Wilson in the 14X trying to reel him in. Camden Johnston up to 3rd, so Camden Johnston up 3 spots now. And Braxton Wilson getting on the inside to get a little bit of contact there between the leaders, and Wilson trying to make his way into the lead and hold on to it. Now the number 37 of Tony McGill going to fall back to that 3rd and final transfer position. If he's not careful, Gage Stevens going to try and pick him off on the inside. Stevens there in the gray and blue number 5. Problems for your leaders. Now they're 3 wide for the lead. What is going on as we are just past halfway? Billy Rowley making it back up to 5th. He has battled his way back up through the field. There in the number 79, Elbows Up Sim Sport driver. He is doing exactly what his team says. Elbows up, and he is on the wheel trying to battle back up into the transfer positions. Takes over 4th now. He is a man on a mission as we are 8 laps in of this 10-lap distance. Rowley's looking for a mistake, and there it is. Can he get through? No! Man, what happened there? With Braxton Wilson and Tony McGill making it through. Camden Johnston now being shown in the 3rd position. No caution flags in these heat races. Gigantic wreck there, wiping out quite a few of the front runners. Rowley was on his way up to the transfer position. And we are working last lap right now for your leader, Braxton Wilson with the win. Tony McGill in 2nd, Gage Stevens in 3rd. Johnston just outside in 4th, then Tilley, Rowley in 6th, Peyton Grease and Randy Shreves had to pull off early, so they will be taking the hard road into the big show. Heat race number 3 taken to the grid right now. Starting on the pole position in the Gumby machine, the number 85 from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, it is Tyler Schell. Starting just outside row number 1 is going to be Sammy McNabb in the 22M. Inside row number 2 in the 04 Privateer all the way from New Zealand, Craig Silby. Outside row number 2 is going to be Zach Janes in the number 7. Inside row number 3, it's going to be Mason Hannigan from Black Diamond Motorsports. And also Eddie Hartley right there in the number 19. Rounding out the field is going to be on the inside Matt Dixon in the number 96 from Up North Esports, and Sofa King Fast Sim Sports driver in the number 29, Anthony Goyette. Looking to have a good finish tonight here in the midgets. That is all he is hoping for at this point. He had a rough time in the pro late models. Coming off that now, he is trying to see what he can do here and salvage his night in the Monday Night Midgets at Lima Land. We are going to be green flag racing here momentarily. Pace truck is off. You should be seeing the green flag come out. Here we go. The number 85 in the Gumby machine. It is Tyler Schell out front. In tow, though, right behind him in the 22M. That is Sammy McNabb. Big old slider hitting into Craig Silby. That looked like it was Mason Hannigan. And Craig Silby getting into some contact there. Right now, that third and final transfer position is Zach Janes from SSR right there. Gumby still out front in the number 85 from Elbows Up Sim Sport. Tyler Schell wheeling that little midget around Lima Land. McNabb trying to mount a charge right now. He is trying to find a way to get a run on Schell. Schell not making any mistakes as of yet and holding down that top spot. There's your third and final transfer position. And Mason Hannigan is on a mission to try and get into those transfer positions. He knows how important those are to get into the A main the easy way. As we are past halfway right now, McNabb now battling with Tyler Schell. That little Gumby machine able to stay out in front though. And he found the momentum and he is keeping it as we are 8 of 10 in. Now things starting to heat up for Zach Janes in that final transfer. Mason Hannigan mounting his charge. Hannigan trying to catch up. He's going to close the gap up there to about 3 car lengths. And he is trying to reel him in. Now down to about 1.5 to 2 car lengths. It's going to get interesting as we are getting ready to go to the last lap. Here we are. So your leaders coming down, and right there by the start finish you could see Schell, McNabb, Janes, and just outside is going to be Hannigan, Hartley, Dixon, Silby, and Anthony Goyette having to call it a night early. The first of 2 B mains taking to the track here. Actually looks like we're only going to do 1 B main. And 15 drivers will go out of 16. So literally 1 driver is going to go home tonight without making the A main. And starting on the front row, it is going to be Chris Jones from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. In the number 54, outside row number 1, is going to be Camden Johnson in the 57 from Mecca Motorsports. Inside row number 2, in the 1X, it is Mason Hannigan from Black Diamond Motorsports and Sean Sheehan in the number 13, outside row number 2. Row number 3 is going to be the number 51 of Clayton Tilley and Eddie Hartley. Row number 4 is going to be Dalton Politti and Billy Rowley. And now they're getting all messed up. Craig Silby, Peyton Grease, Randy Shreves, Bryce Lucius, John Fall, Anthony Goyette, Chris Jones, and Logan Rumsey, who doesn't look like he made the race. There might be the one guy that didn't make the A main. All drivers might go here, actually. Once we start, we'll be able to see. So Hannigan going to start up on the front row with Camden Johnston. Hannigan in the 1X going to try and get out as fast as he can. Yeah, it doesn't look like Logan Rumsey made the field, so we are running them as we see. Hannigan in the 1X, the 57 of Camden Johnston in that second position. And Clayton Tilley up to third here in this B main. Clayton Tilley now taking over the second position. Tilley winning the Pro Late Model race just moments ago. I asked him if he was going to try and double down and get 2 interviews tonight, put it on the podium twice. He said yes, so let's see. Billy Rowley putting on a strong show right now, holding down that third position here in the B main. Each and every spot you can make up here in the B main is one less you're going to have to worry about in the A. So these drivers still no cautions. They're going to have to drive conservatively to make sure they can get it done. But Billy Rowley right there holding down the third position. Then we transfer back. There's Craig Silby right behind him. Running net code, check the replay as his sponsor. With Eddie Hartley, he's battling right there for the 5th position. It is all Mason Hannigan right now, as you see him there in the Black Diamond Motorsports number 1X. He has quite the lead over Tilley at the moment, as we are past halfway here in this B main. 7th, 8th, and 9th all mixing it up right there. Look at these guys battling 3 wide with Peyton Grease, Camden Johnston, Sean Sheehan. Now Eddie Hartley coming up to try and battle alongside Billy Rowley. Rowley was running uncontested. Hartley's going to try and take it from him. Rowley's going to settle back into 4th, and he is trying to mount a charge as they come down the back straightaway there. We are almost done in this one. As you can see right there, your leader all the way getting ready to come out of turn number 4. Clayton Tilley there just popping into screen as Mason Hannigan running the wheels off this midget tonight. Tilley right there from all the way from Australia in the number 51. And then the battle for third rages on with Eddie Hartley having it and Billy Rowley wanting it. 14 laps in, now you've got Bryce Lucius running down the inside of Hartley. Rowley's going to take back over third for the moment. Last lap battle right here. Bryce Lucius with a mini slider comes up, and he holds on to the line. Now you've got Peyton Grease trying to throw his name in the hat. You've got Hannigan with the win. Tilley coming in second. The battle right here, third, 4th, 5th, and 6th right behind him. Holy cow, that was crazy. So Rowley taking home third. Bryce Lucius 4th, Eddie Hartley 5th, Peyton Grease 6th, Sean Sheehan 7th, Camden Johnson 8th, 9th for Randy Shreves. And we are getting ready to roll into our final hot lap session so that they can get their practice down. All right, so it looks like we are going to cut the warm-up short. And it's going to be just a chance for the guys in the B main to set up their setups for the main event. Make sure they put enough fuel in it, change the tires, kick the tires, make sure everything's good to go, check all the bolts, and we're going to go racing here momentarily. Here we go. For the main event, you wanted the best, you got UDSS. Starting on the pole position here in Monday Night Midgets. From Limaland, you have Eric Wilkie from Handmade Motorsports in the 013. Just outside of him is going to be the 14X of Braxton Wilson. Row number 2, there you see it, Gumby, the Catch Fence Apparel powered Elbows Up Sim Sports machine of Tyler Shell in the number 85. Outside of him is going to be Lane Stevens in the number 33. Row number 3 on the inside is going to be the number 37 of Tony McGill. Outside of him is going to be Sammy McNabb in the 22M. Row number 4 is going to be Alex Hanna from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports on the inside and Gage Stevens on the outside. And then you have Zach Janes and Mason Hannigan in the 1X rounding out that row number 5. Row number 6 is going to be Billy Rowley in the number 79 from Elbows Up Simsport and Clayton Tilley from Momentum Sim Sports also. Row number 7 is going to be Eddie Hartley, Peyton Grease, and Bryce Lucius, Sean Sheehan, Randy Shreves, Camden Johnson, Matt Dixon, Anthony Goyette, Craig Silby, John Fall, and Dalton Politti rounding out the field in the P40 machine. And we are green flag racing. So much to say in such a short amount of time. The A main has ripped it. Here we go. 3-wide battle for the lead with Tyler Shell, Braxton Wilson, and Lane Stevens. Already a caution out on the field. Let's see if we can figure out what brought it out here. Might have been Zach Janes crashing here. Let's go back and take a look. Zach Janes right here in the number 7. Yes, gets sideways. These cars offer very little forgiveness. These tiny little midgets are not conducive to touching of any kind with any other driver. That is for sure. So Jane's going to come in and try and get the one fast repair that he has available there. And we are going to get going. So it's going to be a double file restart with Eric Wilkie and Braxton Wilson up on the front row. Tyler Shell and Lane Stevens, row number 2. Sammy McNabb and Alex Hanna, row number 3. And we are going to go back to green flag racing here shortly. So we should be seeing the pace truck come off the track here momentarily. There it is. So we'll be green flag racing here in a minute. And Tyler Shell trying to get a great restart there down there in Gumby. 3 wide once again for the lead. Wilson and Wilkie battling. Wilkie's going to take it here for this lap, and another caution out here. Oh my gosh, these tiny little bull rings can be quite taxing actually for these drivers, especially in the midgets here. Let's see, it looks like we have a car upside down. We're going to try and flash back. It looks like Clayton Tilley. Watch the red, green, and blue in the center of your screen right there. We'll see. And Eddie Hartley's going to come into contact with him, and then he just gets cleaned out. And Craig Silby was the car that ended up on his top there. So tough break for Tilley and Hartley. Poor Craig Silby looked like a turtle. He was stuck upside down there. Didn't know what to do. We're getting re-racked and restacked, ready to rock and roll here at Limaland. Going to be looking to go green flag conditions here, and hopefully we can get a nice green flag run, because I think there's a hell of a lot of racing left in front of us here as we are getting ready to go. So tough. Anytime you get back about mid-pack, it's just a hornet's nest of everybody fighting for position, and there's only so much real estate, and they let him go. Eric Wilkie bringing him back down around. He is going to hold on to it. Shell making his move, taking his shot. Wilkie goes right around the outside. Wilson on the inside. Wilson going to stay side by side with Wilkie for a minute, but it looks like that is not going to work for him, as Braxton Wilson trying to get going, and Tyler Shell going to try and take over that second position now. Shell sliding up, and another caution on the speedway. Hopefully these guys can relax just a little bit, settle in, loosen up the belts, and let's go racing. Uh-oh, that looks like Mason Hannigan. So one of the fast drivers definitely had a chance at a top 5. Might have been the caution flag here. Let's take a look. He is in the red, white, and blue number 1X in the center of the screen. Gets together with Alex Hanna out on the outside wall, and might have collected Billy Rowley, which is a tough break because yeah, that is a bummer. Dang it. I really wanted to see Rowley do well. Big fan of his, and love watching the guy race. Doesn't get a chance to come to a lot of our races, so when he does, I want to see good things for him. All right, so we are getting ready to go back to green flag racing, and Eric Wilkie will be on the point man here in the 013 still. We should be going green flag racing next time by. Braxton Wilson getting ready. He is going to try and get a good restart here. He's going to probably be looking to shoot down the inside. We'll have to see with Gumby. Tyler Shell. I love that car. That car's great. On the tank, it literally has Gumby's face. And here he goes. He's going to try and shoot the gap down on the inside. Do the same thing he did on the last restart. Doesn't make it up towards the lead, but he definitely keeps his momentum going. Wilkie battling everybody off right now. Can't touch him at the moment. He is doing a great job wheeling that midget around. And Wilkie getting after it there. So Braxton Wilson now falling back. He's in that second position, battling side by side with Tyler Shell. And that is exactly what Wilkie wants to see. He's like, please, guys, please battle side by side so I could try and drive away. Lane Stevens now trying to throw his name in the hat down there on the inside, even though they'll do blue and purple and pink. You got a couple of those cars right there. The one right behind him is Alex Hanna in the number 97. And caution out on the speedway. It looked like that might have been Tyler Shell. We'll have to go back and take a look and see what brought that out here. I don't think that was what it was. Maybe Peyton Grease? Let's see. Grease getting into the outside wall. But clears the track, and then Mason Hannigan also wrecks. Let's see, he's up there in the 1X. Closest to us right now in the red, white, and blue. And same thing for him. Puts it up in the wall. And that is going to bring that caution flag out. So Wilkie having one hell of a night here so far, as he has led all of the laps, I do believe, here in this A main. Going back to green flag racing. Not sure why the two cars in the front row were side by side, but Wilkie trying to battle him off now with Lane Stevens and Braxton Wilson battling down the inside. Wilson going to come up and take out your leader. Oh, no. Wilkie was having one hell of a race there, and not sure. Yeah, that's going to be a tough deal there. It looks like Braxton Wilson might be going to the back. I'm not sure if he's going to claim that one or not. This is just a weird green flag. This will have to be reviewed by the admins as well, as it was side by side when they went to go green. So a few little things there with the leader. And Braxton Wilson, yeah, coming up into him. And Eric Wilkie going along for a ride. Tough night for that. That's no good. So now Wilkie being shown in the 20th position in the pits. I am sure he is a little upset, as he was out front leading the race for 10 laps. Green flag back out. They are stacking up behind the leaders. Braxton Wilson being shown in the lead right there. Lane Stevens in second. Alex Hanna in third. Yikes bikes. The caution flag back out here. Looks like it might have been Tilley and Hannigan. Let's take a look. Sometimes these tracks are hard to get around. They stack up on the restart. And Clayton Tilley there in the multicolored red, blue, and green. He gets into the wall. Hannigan gets into Anthony Goyette. And Clayton Tilley rolling it over, bringing out that caution flag once again. So Wilson still out leading this one. We are getting ready to go green flag racing. Getting ready to come up on halfway. Pace truck pulling down. Lane Stevens going to try and get a good jump, but just got into the back of Wilson. Now the 32 of Bryce Lucius is trying to take over the third spot from Alex Hanna. Alex Hanna from Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, and he's got Peyton Grease right onto his outside. Running in, he's looking for a podium. Both of those drivers. Now Hanna getting into the wall. There's the announcer's curse for you. I bet he's listened to the broadcast, heard me say his name, and stepped on his ding-ding. Battle is for the lead right now. Caution flag coming out. Holy cow, lots of drivers out into the outside wall. Looked like Lane Stevens might have gotten saved by the bell on that one. He put it up in the wall, and the caution flag, I believe, had just come out. Let's go back and take a look at that. Oh, contact between Wilkie and Goyette. Goyette having a really tough time this season here with United Dirt Sim Series. Tough break for him too, because he's a great guy and just looking to finish some races, not even necessarily win. And he's having a tough time. So back up at the front as we were getting ready to come up on halfway. Lane Stevens out front. Braxton Wilson now sitting in the second position. Hard charger of the race so far is Matt Dixon. This man right here coming up 13 positions. So we are going to go 1 to green right now. Lane Stevens hoping to hold out for the rest of this race. Wilson trying to pull up along the outside. Not going to do it. Lane Stevens still holds on to it. Bryce Lucius now in that black number 32, working all the way down on the inside tires, trying to battle for the lead, taking the shortest way around. Slide job. Lane Stevens sees it coming, checks up, and Bryce Lucius takes off in the lead. Stevens and Wilson now battling for that second and third position. Wilson has it. Steven wants it. And Gage Stevens in the gray and blue number 5 now throwing his name in the hat. So we could be looking at 2 Stevens on the podium. Matt Dixon up 16th spots to 4th now in that number 96. And he is a man on a mission, I tell you what. Looks like Gage Stevens out into the wall. And Bryce Lucius, no slouch either. He came up 14 positions to the lead right there. Braxton Wilson still sitting in second. Caution flag is out on the field. Looks like that one might have been on Gage Stevens or Matt Dixon here. Let's see. Go back and take a look, see if we can figure it out. Matt Dixon down the inside. Gage Stevens there in the gray and blue on the outside. Oh, so both drivers tumble. But that one was definitely on Gage Stevens. Hopefully he owns up to that one. And Matt Dixon would have gotten really lucky there, as those drivers were checking up to avoid Gage Stevens. So Bryce Lucius out front still with 14 spots. Oh, it looks like Matt Dixon did go down as well as Bryce Lucius. No, I'm sorry. Matt Dixon did get the tail end. And Gage Stevens, I believe, also is now in the pits. So tough break for those guys. 10 laps in. Matt Dixon had one hell of a run going. If he jumps into the Discord tonight, I'd like to get an interview with him, because he was definitely on a mission and he was headed for the podium. That is for sure. Bryce Lucius, your leader right now. We're going to go green with about 10 laps to go. So it'll be a 10-lap shootout for these top drivers. Braxton Wilson stacking everybody up. No patience on the start. That's going to allow Bryce Lucius to get out. Gumby making another appearance here. We thought he was done for a while, but there he is battling back. He is up on the podium. Tyler Schell in the number 85. If he can hold on to it, he is going for the dub, though. You can't tell that guy no. A lot of these drivers battling side by side for positions and not giving it up. Your leader right now, Bryce Lucius, with about 3 to 4 car lengths over Braxton Wilson in second. Wilson flirting with disaster, as well as Tyler Schell up against that outside wall. Winding this one down with 23 laps in the books. Bryce Lucius right there, all the way up, top shelf, up in the marbles. Not too much track left down there in 1 and 2. And they are battling here. 24 laps in. Tyler Schell right there in the 3rd position. Mason Hannigan now up to 4th. Camden Johnson from Mecca Motorsports down working along the tires, trying to make something happen for him and improve his night. He is sitting top 5 right now. But your leader, Bryce Lucius from Iridium Sim Sports, out front with about 5 laps to go. Braxton Wilson been running up front most of the night there in the 14X. I don't think we're done seeing him try everything he has. He's thrown everything but the kitchen sink at the leaders. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a kitchen sink flying through the air here soon. Oh boy, we have a yellow flag late in the race here. Oh man, that could change some things around. Looks like it might have been Lane Stevens. Let's go back and take a look. Lane Stevens running all the way out on the outside there in the purple and blue gradient. There he goes, gets into the wall, gets clipped by a couple of cars. So tough break for him, and that is going to bring out the caution flag. And I think Craig Silby got caught up in something after the caution flag came out. That's going to give him some damage, getting into the back of Alex Hanna there as those two drivers tried to slow down for the caution. That was after the caution flag, though, so hopefully he'll get his spot back. It just might have hurt his car. Restart right here, getting ready to go. Green flag racing once again. Tyler Schell trying to work that inside with that big old slider. See if he can scrub off some of the leader's speed. Now Schell battling for the 2nd position with Braxton Wilson. Wilson there in the 14X. I don't think we've seen the last of him, as he is battling there with Hannigan and Schell. Now Lucius going to slow it down just a little bit. We are on the white flag. Last lap for the win. Bryce Lucius, Tyler Schell 2nd, Hannigan 3rd, Braxton Wilson back to 4th, Hartley 5th, 6th is going to be Matt Dixon, and Camden Johnston right there. Man, that was a crazy race. We are going to get the leaders in. Those top 3 drivers are lining up on the front straightaway right now. We will get some driver interviews here momentarily. Let's see if anybody's ready. They're getting out of their cars, relaxing for a moment. Let's see. We're still looking for him. Hannigan, Schell, and Lucius. We've got Tyler Schell. There's Mason Hannigan. Mason Hannigan coming home in third tonight. That was a hell of a last few laps for you, huh?
It's really a hell of a race. Well, it really wasn't a hell of a race. It wasn't even. I don't even know.
The bull rings can be quite tricky, especially here in the midgets, where you can't really make any contact with another car, or somebody's going sideways or getting spun out. It seems like. What were your thoughts going into this one?
I knew I was probably going to get taken out. It's just a matter of when and where and what lap.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be that early, honestly. I don't even know what happened. I think we got bunched up on the backstretch, and I just clipped his rear bumper and just boink into the wall. So, looking at it now, he checked up, and we how you hit a guy and it just shoots you into the wall. And
yeah, these midgets are very finicky. They do not like contact at all. Like even something that you might get away with in a sprint car, it seems like the damage model for these are very sensitive, a lot more sensitive than something that you might do even in the bigger brother for the sprint cars. So
yeah, honestly, these things are built like tanks. You can flip and keep going. It's kind of impressive.
Yeah, you could beat them up, but it seems like whenever you get them just a scotch sideways, they're gone. You can't even save it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. You just got to know how to really drive them. Really, it's just learn how to drive it sideways. I flipped it one time in lap 8, just junked myself there. It was fine. The car felt fine. It was a little off. I could feel that a little bit, and I was happy to get up to third. I figured we could make it up there. It's just I needed more time.
Well, I mean, you worked your butt off, as you said, with problems early on in the race, and then you had another incident about midway through the race too, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know if I got drove through. I know I went into one, and all of a sudden I was just snapped backwards. And so I don't really know. I'm gonna go back and watch for a little bit.
You still worked your butt off. Either way, having problems in the beginning of the race, working your way up, middle of the race, and then to still come home on the podium, man, congratulations for that. And yeah, brother, who would you like to thank?
Yeah, Black Time Motorsports, Tim Sims, Fads Iwer, Ultimate Dirt TV. Can't thank you guys for the league, and can't thank you for broadcasting. Hopefully we keep the championship up and rolling, and hopefully I can keep the points lead, and if not, whatever.
Well, I tell you what, man, we do interviews. It seems like you're in the booth at least once a week in one of the classes here with United Dirt Sim Series, so we definitely appreciate you coming out and supporting us and running everything that you're available to run with us, and it's much appreciated, and good luck, brother.
Yeah, hopefully we can get the midgets cleaned up, because honestly the midgets are one of the best
they make
racing
for
cars.
Some great racing, they really do.
Yeah, you just gotta get the right people, and make sure the people that are racing don't do something dumb.
Yep, that's it. Well, hopefully we'll get to a bigger track, and then it won't be as much of an issue. I think
hopefully.
Some of it is the small bull rings. So
hopefully we'll see how the next week goes.
There you go, Mason Hannigan, the 1X from Black Diamond Motorsports, coming home in third tonight. In second place, in the Gumby Mobile from Elbows Up Sim Sports, the number 85 of Tyler Schell. Whew, that was a pretty crazy race.
Yeah, it was.
It seemed like you had, you got up towards the front, and you had, got into an incident, some issues, and then you weren't even in the top 5. Then all of a sudden, 2 laps, boom, you were there, and then you were battling your way up, and I was like, holy cow, where did you come from? It was just working it, huh? Working your butt off.
Just for sure, just getting some people at certain times when they're racing people, and just try to get 2 for 1 kind of deal. But other than that, just had to go to I think it was 10th or something. But yeah.
So I noticed that on most of the starts, when you're up towards the front, you might be sitting say second row in third place, and you would dive in on like a gigantic slider. Of course, it was clean. I'm not saying it wasn't clean or anything like that, but just throwing a gigantic slider on the first lap. Were you trying to chop the leader's momentum, or what was? Because it seemed like every restart you were doing it, and it was awesome because you would take over the lead for a second, and that was like your way of like moving forward. Was that the strategy behind it?
Yeah, it was just to kind of break their momentum kind of stuff and just go from there.
Yeah, it was very
And see
interesting.
if we could clear them, and if we could, we got the lead. But if not, just kind of break
Keep
their
working.
momentum.
Yeah. No, that was pretty awesome. I was just watching it. It was just like, because every time you would do it, and it was like, okay, he's obviously got a purpose, or he wouldn't do it every restart. But man, congratulations on second tonight. And I know you always say, "Oh, I'm not that great in these midgets," and you have a lot of fun running them. But man, you wheel the hell out of them and do a great job, and it's always fun to watch. So. Yeah, man. Who would you like to thank? Who helped get you into second tonight?
Just like thank everybody puts us on, you for broadcasting, and Elbows Up SimSport.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we will see you next time. What is it going to be? What are you going to win next?
I don't know. You choose.
Bicycles, shopping carts,
Yeah.
wheelchairs.
Wheelchairs are the best.
Okay.
You get the workout.
All right. Well, I'll work on putting that together. You know, we probably are going to be putting together a Pro 4 series, bringing that back
God.
now with the
No.
Yeah, so we'll have to look for you out there.
Yeah, well, there is something I won't win in. I'll
Yes.
recommend that before I win.
Yeah, but
The
it's still
reason-
fun.
It's fun until you wreck somebody and then you feel terrible.
You don't feel terrible in the Pro 4s when you wreck somebody.
Only if it's you.
Exactly. But I'll be right there. That's where I can be half-ass competitive with you, is in the Pro 4. So,
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause I'm not there in that.
that's awesome. Well, have a great night, brother. Good job on the
Dude.
second place, and we'll see you next week, all right?
Yep, thanks.
Tyler Shell from Elbows Up Sim Sports in the number 85. And with the win in the number 32, coming up 14 positions tonight, Bryce Lucius. You got your ears on, bud?
Yeah.
That was a hell of a race.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised I came from 15th to win it, but we got lucky with people wrecking there.
Yeah, you were on a mission, and, you know, there seemed to be a handful of caution flags that came out towards the early part of the race. Do you think that helped get you up to where you finished?
Yeah, kind of. I was hoping it'd stay green a little bit just so that I could get a bunch more positions, but
Well, you got the top spot. There's not many more positions to get, but you went up 14, and that was pretty impressive. And watching you work through and battle, you know, as you know, Shell and everybody was coming up on, you know, trying to battle for the lead. It was pretty impressive watching you take that one. So, hats off, man. I mean, we all know that you're a great midget racer, and to see you throw it around the track tonight was really awesome. So, you did one hell of a job, and yeah, you've been coming up. I've been announcing your name quite a bit. Lots of great finishes for you here with United Dirt Sim Series. So, you know, keep it up, man, for sure.
yeah, hopefully it'll stay like that.
Absolutely. Who would you like to thank? Who helped get you out of here into Victory Lane tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Inside Lane Productions, Scorpion Racewear, Sim Blacks, Devon Stove Designs, Gate Stevens Designs, Hickey Motorsports, Short Shift Sim Racing Magazines, and Iridium Esports.
There you go. Well, we will see you next week, and great job on the win. And I can't wait to see where you finish in the points for the year. So, take care, brother. We will see you next time. All right, that's Bryce Lucius in the number 32. He gets nervous on race interviews, guys. but it's okay. He's going to be doing more and more of them as he keeps getting wins. So he will definitely be awesome. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Dave Ward up here in the booth, the voice of United Dirt Sim Series. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.